Thank you all for joining us today on our 2-Star Diamond call. I absolutely love this because you guys are all working so hard, and I know you have such big goals and big dreams and where you're going for, you know, at the end of the year. And so it's so exciting that you guys are all jumping on and really trying to learn from the best of the best. I hope, first and foremost, that you guys implemented what we talked about last week. Did you guys implement that to your team, the buckets, or have you implemented it with yourself? Let me ask you that. Yes, no, maybe so. What? Nobody has? Nobody's confessing? None of you guys have implemented it? Oh, you have? You have? Okay. So first things first, let's be honest. You have to implement it with yourself. You have to Zoom focus. You have to take the moment and the time to get on a good schedule, because you guys can definitely sit here and it's exactly what I say in my bucket training. You can, let me read verbatim what I say. You can cheat this process as a 1-star or a 2-star diamond, but I promise you, once you become a 3-star diamond coach, if you do not implement the buckets and time management, you will build on such a shaky foundation. And the worst thing is you get to 5-star diamond and then all of a sudden you drop to a 1-star. There's nothing worse. Okay. So implement it now, teach it now. Your team will absolutely love it, but I want to hear more from you guys on it. So I'll ask more questions in the group. Okay. But I won't take much time on that because I could go on all day. So with that being said, I'm so excited to have actually Rachel, our 2-star diamond here, teach this call. First and foremost, you don't have to listen to me, which some of you do hear me a lot. But Rachel is amazing. And the reason why she's amazing, she is a recruiting expert. That's why she's going to do recruiting 101. But first and foremost, she's a 2-star diamond, 4-star diamond qual. She's currently ranked 250 out of 360,000 coaches. That is huge, okay? She also has 58 PSPV points. If you guys don't know what that is, that's on your elite report. That shows me if you're recruiting. You cap that category at 61 this next month. She will be capped. Yay, I know, right? So that is huge. But she also only needs about 20 points at the most to actually have all of her elite points for the year. That is incredible. Yay. So needless to say, she will be a 5-star diamond elite coach this year. But I want you guys to take a moment and really dive in and see what she's saying, because she's flying through it very, very quick, but she's building a very strong foundation. I don't want to leave out that she is a stay-at-home mommy to an adorable son named Griffin. He's so cute. But also, you know, she's working this business right alongside all of you that have children or that have coaches that have children. So I can't wait for you to share with us your secrets, Rachel. So I'm going to go ahead and hand the time over to you.
Yay. First of all, thanks for having me on the call. This is way scary, but I'm telling myself it's going to be over and done with in like 25 minutes. So I'm good.
Yes, you got this.
So I just kind of wanted to share some of the things that have been working for me. This isn't going to be new information, I think, for most of us, but obviously you guys are all 2-star diamond coaches, so it's not going to be new, but I think it's kind of good to maybe go over the information in a different way. So something that I have learned, that all of us have learned, is that recruiting is kind of a trial by error type of a process. But what I've really honed in on recently and what I've really learned recently is that my message is going to attract certain types of people. So you need to be very specific in the type of message that you're putting out. And so I'm going to be talking mostly about my like help wanted or join my team type of posts that I make on my social media, because that is the majority of how I'm getting my new coaches on my team. I think that we could do a whole call just on sending those personal messages to like people that we think would be great coaches, but I'm going to focus kind of specifically on the type of posts that we can put on our social media to attract new coaches. So there are 3 different types of coaches: discount coaches, hobby coaches, and career coaches. I think it's kind of fair to put most people into one of 3 categories. And the reality is that as much as like most of us would want to just attract career coaches, our business needs all 3 types of coaches, because you can only build a solid foundation if you're implementing, or encouraging lots of different types of coaches to join your team. I have personally kind of found that 1 out of 6 or 7 of my coaches are career coaches. And so the discount coaches and hobby coaches definitely play a role into your recruiting. So I'm going to kind of break down the 3 different categories and how I'm specifically recruiting for each type of coach. So the first thing that I do before, like basically every week before I decide who I'm going to be adding to my team that week, I first look at my short-term goals and my long-term goals. And then I kind of go through a list and I'm like, okay, I need 2 discount coaches this week, or I need 4 career coaches this month. I really do break it down based on those 3 types of coaches and what my business is currently needing. So if you don't have your long-term goals written down, which all of us should at this point, write them down. If you haven't reworked those goals as far as like when you want to be a 10-star diamond, when you want to be an 8-star diamond, all the way down to where you're at now, do it. Because then you're going to be able to break down those goals into monthly and weekly goals so that you know what your business needs. So always be specific. And what I mean by being specific is in your posts, if you're posting a join my team, if your post is a one-size-fits-all, you're not going to be appealing to anybody. Because the fact is, if you are specific, it's going to specifically talk to somebody. It's going to attract somebody. If you are too broad, everyone reading those messages are going to say, oh, well, that's not me. So be specific in your posts. So I'm going to first talk about how I attract discount coaches, which some of you may be like doing something similar to me. But first and foremost, whenever I need discount coaches in my business, I take them from my loyal Shakeology customers. It's not something that I do very often, but for example, in March, I decided it was time to get my husband's account to Diamond. So before you get to Diamond, you need to get to Emerald. So I decided March 16th that I wanted to get him to Diamond in 2 months' time. So on March 16th, I messaged 2 of my loyal Shakeology customers, and this is pretty much what I said to them. I said, and this is usually what I say, I said, hey, Tracy, I was thinking about you the other day and realized that I never mentioned to you that you could be saving $17 per month on your Shakeology if you were to switch over to a preferred customer or discount coach. Would that interest you? Notice the word preferred customer or term preferred customer. I tend to stay away from using the term discount coach when I'm talking to my loyal Shakeology customers, at least in the first conversation, because I feel like the word coach can be really intimidating to people, especially when they don't have any interest in being a coach. So I tend to refer to those discount coaches as preferred customers, and that usually does the trick. So I just say, I realized you could be saving $17 a month. Would that interest you? And then they always say yes. I've never had a no. And then basically I say something to the effect of, it's really simple. There's a $16 monthly membership fee, but you'd get a 25% discount on your Shakeology. You can still modify your shipment anytime, but this way you'd be saving a little bit of money each month on your Shakeology. Every person that I've approached that specific way has turned into a discount coach. And that is something, I know we talk a lot about how like Emerald is the decision, Diamond is a decision. Well, I really have come to see that be true in my business where I make that decision, okay, I'm going to get my husband's account to Diamond. The first step is Emerald. And so if that means taking a couple of your loyal Shakeology customers and turning them into discount coaches or preferred customers, do it and do it in a day. It shouldn't be a long process to make those kind of small steps in your business if you're using discount coaches. I'm going to refer back to what I said a minute ago. You need to be building for longevity, right? We want to build an empire, a foundation that's solid so that's not going to crumble. And we can't do that off of discount coaches. But before I go into how I recruit, people that are maybe in this for the long haul or want to actually work the business, I wanted to show you, most of you, maybe some of you might know Jen Richardson. She posted, I'm going to share my screen. She posted a really cool idea that was basically for a brand rep. So this is Jen. She's amazing. She's in my extended coach family. And she posted this photo on her Instagram saying, Team Fit Couture Beachbody brand reps, apply today. What do you get? 25% off all products, including Shakeology, 25% commission from every referral, free vacations and gifts for meeting goals. So this is just a different idea. I think it's kind of cool to mix it up a little bit. So if you're sending a personal message to somebody and just keeping it really simple, hey, do you want to get $17 off your Shakeology every month? Keep it simple. Or you could try something like this and do a, Beachbody brand rep wanted. I thought that was kind of a cool spin on it. I'm going to go back to this picture real quick. I totally stole this off the internet, so make your own. I won't be posting this, but I probably will be making one similar to this. So this says pick your path. Your business means your rules. So this could basically be something that you could post to get one of the 3 types of coaches. Do you want to be a discount coach? You are a regular Shakio drinker, 0 sales, $16 a month savings, and 25% off products. Somebody could look at that and say, hey, I can be a discount coach. I can get a discount and do nothing, basically, as far as working. And then it describes the hobby coach in the middle and business builder, what I call a career coach. So I saw this the other day and I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. This might be something fun to post to kind of attract people based on where they want to be, because they might be in between some of these, discount coach or hobby coach to a business builder. So that's a discount coach. Let's see here. I'm going to stop my screen share just for a minute. I'm going to talk for a minute about hobby coaches, or what I call hobby coaches, because I tend to attract a lot of hobby coaches. And I don't want to give there's nothing negative about being a hobby coach. It just means somebody that is kind of in between. And I think we have a lot of coaches in Beachbody that kind of fit this description, where they love the products, they love the business, but they're looking for maybe smaller goals than those of us that want to make this a real career and a life-changing opportunity. So the way that I attract hobby coaches is I share things that Beachbody has changed my life for the better, as far as like fun things that I'm able to do, date nights that I'm able to go on with my husband. We bought a new Tempur-Pedic bed, and I was super excited about that with my coaching business. So things that have enriched my life and changed my life, those are the things that I'm posting about on my social media. I focus on the discount, the added income, the friendship, the perks of being a coach. So when I'm posting a join my team, this is the type of post that I like to call my life by design, because this is where people could do this and have coaching fit into their life. Maybe they want to get out of their full-time job, or just do something on the side to supplement their income. So let me go back. I'm going to show you one of my posts that I made recently. So this was one of my life by design posts that I made 2 weeks ago. And what I found happened with this post, I was talking about finances. So I was sharing basically how my life has changed, like as a coach. But specifically, I was focusing on the added income that I've had, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And when I became a stay-at-home mom, I had kind of accepted the fact that we would just have one income. And it was worth it to me to really cut down on our spending so that I could stay home with my son. But coaching has allowed me to have both, which has been really amazing. So I posted this, My Life by Design. And I got 7 coaches in 2 days off of this post, which was kind of awesome. I kind of dug a little bit deeper as far as things that I was sharing, but I was just leaving breadcrumbs as far as how Beachbody is affecting my life. 7 coaches signed up from this post that I made, where I talked about, the financial aspect of Beachbody. And 3 of them in the last 2 weeks have become Emeralds. So, and this is under my second business center. So when I say that Emerald is a decision and Diamond is a decision, 3 weeks ago, I found out that the cutoff for qualification for the next star bonus was the 19th of August. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go from a 2-star diamond to a 5-star diamond qualifying in 3 weeks. And worst case scenario, I'm going to be closer to a 5-star diamond, right? So worst case scenario, my business would be boosted just from me pushing things forward. So I posted this immediately. I said, okay, I need to attract some hobby coaches. Maybe not the people that are totally sprinters and career coaches, but I need people that are going to be in my business for the long haul, be coaches for the long haul, but maybe they aren't those career coaches. So I got 7, kind of in between hobby and career coaches just from this post. So be mindful of what you're posting and speak to the type of coach that you need to be recruiting. Let me kind of switch gears to how I have been attracting kind of my dream team and my rock star coaches. This is where you really have to dig deep and think about what attracted you to the business, because you are a career coach. We are in this to change our lives. We're in this to build an empire. So these are the type of posts that I really have to think back to the beginning as far as what made me decide to be a coach. I think it's important to remember that for me personally, it took me about 6 months to decide to be a coach. And I didn't think that it would be a good idea in the beginning, but the posts from my coach, Sarah, that really made me want to become a Beachbody coach were those posts about big events that Beachbody was providing for her. Summit, Success Club trips, bonuses, becoming debt-free, vacations with her family. These big things that were changing in her life is what attracted me to the business, because I didn't want to be a hobby coach. I really loved being a stay-at-home mom. I already felt really fulfilled as a mom and as a wife, and I didn't want to waste my time on something that was going to be in between. I was going to be all or nothing. And so I watched Sarah's posts for 6 months. I literally watched every single post, and I will tell you, it was her going to Summit in Las Vegas last year that was one of the things that really solidified it for me, because I wanted to be there. I thought, you know what? If she can do this, I can do this. And so it was those big posts that really, really got me interested in being a coach. So I think it's important for us to be really sharing our success. So I'm going to show you one more post that I did just yesterday, I think. So let me share my screen again. So I posted yesterday about my rank in the business, about my elite ranking for my team. And I decided to kind of fake it till I made it, because it's really scary for me to post this kind of stuff. And I just decided to put it out there and own it and be proud of my team. And what I have noticed is when I post about my success, my rank advancements, the rank advancements of my coaches, or Summit, or things that I'm attending that are big things that are really changing my life, that is what has attracted my rockstar career coaches. So I posted this yesterday, and I basically just said, a year ago, I decided to dive all in, and this is what I'm doing with my business, and this is the growth that I've experienced with my team in the last year. And since yesterday, I've received 8 applications from people. And some of these applications are people that have been watching me for a year. And what I have come to understand is that my consistency is paying off in the fact that every month or so, I'm getting more and more of those career coaches added to my team, because they've been watching me for a year. And so in the beginning, I was attracting what I was, right? I was attracting kind of the, newbie coach, not quite sure what I was doing. And then the more that I'm pushing my business and pushing myself, I'm attracting people that also want to sprint with me. And so they are rank advancing even faster than I did, which is amazing. And so know that you're going to attract what you are. You're going to attract what you're putting out there. And it can be a trial by error. You can put things on your social media based on what you need for your business, but make sure that you're sharing your success as yourself and as your team, because that's going to attract other people that want to be successful and are capable of that also. I hope that makes sense. I know, how are we doing on time, Brittany? We're good. Okay. I wanted to go over just kind of a couple random thoughts that I had. What has really helped me with recruiting is getting organized. So I have a specific set of messages that I send to potential coaches, and it always starts with an application. So I have an application first, and when people say that they're interested in coaching, I send them to an application that I created on emailmeform.com. And this application is super important because it tells me right off the bat what type of a coach that person wants to be. It asks them how familiar they are with our products, if they've tried our products, if they've talked to another coach before, because I don't want to be working with people that are already in contact with another coach. It tells me if they're a stay-at-home mom, if they're full-time employed. So I ask really specific questions about them, and it cuts down on that kind of in-between talk time where you're sending emails back and forth for 3 weeks and you realize it hasn't gotten anywhere. So I send an application to them, or a link to an application that takes them 10 minutes to fill out, and then it gets emailed to me. So as soon as I get the application back from them, I have all this information about them. And then step one for me is I then send a what is coaching email. I don't use the recordings anymore because I felt like I was chasing people to be like, hey, did you listen to that recording? Did you listen to that recording? So they don't personally work for me. I know they do for a lot of coaches. But I send an email that specifically outlines kind of the job detail. So it goes over step by step what I do as a coach, how it works with my team. And then at the end of that email, I always ask a question. I say, okay, I've gone over basically what a coach does. Does this interest you? If you're interested in working as a coach and this sounds like it would be a good fit for you, I'd love to go into the income and benefits part. And I usually get a yes. They're like, yeah, this sounds like it would be great. I'd love this. So then my second email that I send is specifically about the income and benefits. And it's simple. I don't go into crazy details about cycle bonuses and, average incomes of coaches. I just go over the basics. I go over how much commission we make. I go over, the added perks and benefits of like yearly trips and prizes that you can get every month for hitting goals. So it's really simple. And then again, I ask a question. I say, do you have any questions about the income and benefits as far as working as a coach? If not, I'd love to go over how to become a coach. And then my third email specifically outlines how they can become a coach. It goes over the requirements as far as the monthly fee, how to stay active, a little bit about their Shakeology and their club membership, but basically that's it. And so I can go through all of the information with a potential coach in a matter of an hour if they're reading this information. So I've gone from in the beginning of my business to playing this back and forth email annoyingness for weeks where you're constantly having to figure out new ways to follow up to going over that information immediately. I know who they are. I know what type of coach they're going to be. They know everything that they need to know about the business. And usually I have a sign up by the end of the night. So that is my main way of recruiting as far as that goes. Once a month, I also have a sneak peek into coaching group. And that is run 4 days out of the month. It's live. I use the exact same content that I use in those 3 emails, and I've broken them down into 3 of the 4 days in my sneak peek groups. And so that has been working flawlessly because they're getting the same information, but they have this kind of fun, hyped up, energy as far as being part of a group. I have visuals. So that is my way of recruiting for people that are visual learners because they can actually see things. I have a video that goes over my whole day as a coach. And so be flexible and really tune into the type of person that you're recruiting. And if they seem like they're a visual learner, or if you're looking at their social media and they're artistic, put them in a live sneak peek group where they can see everything. It's more tangible to them to be able to see that. If there's somebody that just wants the information quick and maybe they're not artistic, send them an email and send them an email with that information. If there's somebody that is super, super, super busy and doesn't have time to sit down and read a bunch of information, maybe they need a What Is Coaching call that they can listen to on their commute to work. So my whole point is to be tailoring your message and your method to the person that you're actually trying to recruit, as far as what type of a coach that you need and then what type of the individual is. Does that make sense? And then the last way that I kind of have been recruiting coaches is I created a group on Facebook where I posted all of that information in order from my sneak peek group. It's basically frozen. So these are kind of for my visual learners, my stragglers, maybe my moms that are up at 2 a.m., nursing their baby or something, that they just want to be able to scroll on their computer on their own time, watch things on their own time, and they can read and watch it in order, and then they can get back to me. So I kind of have that frozen group where nobody comments on things. I add my potential coaches, and they kind of can read and watch and listen at their own pace. And so what I found super helpful is just tailoring what I'm doing to what my business needs and then who the type of person it is.
That is awesome. Woo!
I know Brittany asked me to kind of share just for a quick second about how I came home from Summit and I really felt like my business needed to take a major shift because I am a mama bear to my coaches and I am the worst hand holder in the world. And so I'm a control freak. I'm a type A personality. And so I was not allowing my coaches to thrive and fulfill their potential as coaches. I was really keeping them in the hobby coach box, not intentionally, but just because I wasn't allowing them an opportunity to step up. And I can't remember who it was at Summit who said this, but she said that some people need permission to step up to be a leader. And so give them permission. So I came home from Summit and I created a group specifically for my personally sponsored coaches because I have 60 something, maybe it's 70 now, I don't even know. I've, my personally sponsored coaches is growing. And I wrote a list at Summit of all the things that I couldn't handle micromanaging anymore and shouldn't be micromanaging anymore. And I said, here's what I need help with. This is what our team needs in order to fully function. You guys are my leaders. Please sign up for an assignment. So it was my way of still micromanaging my way through not micromanaging, if that makes sense. But people stepped up, and it's been insane what has happened in the last month since I came home from Summit, because all of a sudden my coaches are rank advancing. They're building their businesses. They're answering questions for me. I'm not getting 600 messages every single day about how to, change their Shakeology flavor. You know what I mean? Those things that take up all your time where you're like, I'm too busy to explain it. I'll just change it for you. That's the type of coach I was. I'm like, forget it. I'll change your flavor for you. I don't have time to explain how. So that was so backwards. And instead, it's freed up all this emotional and mental space for me to build my business. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing my whole team step up and do what I'm doing. And our foundation is getting built really strong as a whole team. And I'm working way less. I've gone from working 50 hours a week to maybe 10 to 15. And so I feel like I've reached a new balance in my business, and yet it's still building at a fast pace, if that makes sense.
I love that. And I appreciate you sharing that. And I say it's great because when Rachel and I would have calls, she was always like this, always spunky. The first call that her and I ever had, typically that call can go 30 to 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. I knew everything about Rachel and what her business entailed within 20 minutes. She is to the point. I could tell when she got home from Summit, I was like, what is going on? And you could just tell she was overwhelmed. And that was the moment that you decided to let it go. And now what's amazing, within a week after that, I remember asking Rachel, I just said, how do you feel? And she was a new person. And so it's easy to do as a two-star diamond to hold on and hold your group. But I promise you, if you allow them to step up, they will.
Yeah, they will.
They will, yeah. So that was an amazing call. I mean, if you didn't take notes, holy moly. Amazing notes. Incredible. And that's why you're so successful in what you do. So I can't wait for these coaches to ask questions. It looks like there's a lot of questions in the queue, so I'll just read them to you real quick.
Okay, cool.
Are you using a like page or a personal? I know you use Instagram, right? That's it?
Yes. Instagram is my bread and butter. Like Instagram is where it's at. And the reason I say that is because Instagram, people are looking for you. They just haven't found you yet. So Instagram is where you're going to find like-minded people that want to see your posts every day. They want to see your healthy meal every day. They want to see your workout. They want to see what you're doing. Facebook is not always the same way. Facebook people want to be connected to your personal life, your family life, your vacations, what your kids doing, birthdays. They don't want to see your coaching business. They're not on Facebook to have a healthy lifestyle change. So yes, I have a Facebook like page. Yes, I do get a small amount of business from that. I know a lot of coaches that focus specifically on that by promoting their pages. I haven't had to because I've put all my energy into Instagram, and I feel like it's given me way better results than paying to promote my page on Facebook.
Perfect. Thank you for saying that. Do you do one-on-one opportunity calls with your applicants from Ashlyn?
I haven't. Believe it or not, I'm really introverted. I love being a coach because I can hide behind my computer and my phone. I love using email. I like people to just leave me alone. I'm just kidding. No, I don't do one-on-one calls. I feel like I'm able to get most of the information out through email in a really professional way. It's concise. I usually have a screaming 2-year-old in the background, so I don't. But if you work better on the phone, do it.
Just make sure you limit your time, because I know when we get on the phone, it can be honestly 20, 30, 40 minutes.
That's the thing is I will be on I'll be talking to a potential challenger, and I've talked to them for an hour and a half about the 21-day fix. And I'm like, I could have spent 5 minutes doing an email, So time is money. So that's really true.
Perfect. What is the website that you use for the applications that you send?
It's called emailmeform.com, and it's free. And you can tailor your application to whatever you need it to be. I have multiple choice questions. I have fill in the blank. I have check this box if this applies to you. So it's fast for them to fill out. Again, it's free. And then the application, once it gets filled out, gets emailed directly to you.
Perfect. I'm not sure what Tom is trying to ask. Assign team. Oh, maybe what are you having your lead? Okay. Kathleen asked, what kind of things are you having your leaders do? So Tom, if you can ask your question, I'm not sure what you mean.
A lot. So my team is a little bit unique in the fact that we run everything together. So I don't kick my coaches out of the nest. We all run our challenges together. And then when they feel like they're ready to run their own team, usually at Diamond is when I've been really encouraging people, okay, create your own team, run your own challenges. You are a big girl or, big boy, and you can run your own stuff. So I am having them do things like every Monday morning, I have a coach announce the National Wake Up Call. She posts what it's about. She posts the link or the phone number. I have one person do that. I have one person post a reminder in our team about our bi-weekly Zoom calls. So those type of things that I would normally be doing, like reminders. Hey, we have a team call tonight. Don't forget the National Wake Up Call, those type of things. I also have coaches specifically reminding our team for when they should be posting about their monthly challenges. So they hop onto our team page and they say, hey, our monthly challenge starts in 2 weeks. Be sure to post on your social media about it. So I've really delegated all those things that I was spending a lot of time doing personally. So
perfect. And okay, question. What kind of Instagram hashtags do you use? Like hashtags for recruiting posts. I don't do
I really avoid hashtags that have to do with fitness, because the fitness hashtags will get a lot of other multi-level marketing consultants using those, people that are already bodybuilders. So I'm using things that I would have been searching for at 2 a.m. when I was up with my son. So things related to me being a mom, my son, mommy time, mommy life. So if you're a dad and you're a baseball dad, use the hashtag baseball dad. Don't be using, getting swole, because I don't want people that are crazy fitness fanatics necessarily to be following my page because they generally don't need me or don't need a lifestyle change. So that's what's been working for me, is kind of everyday hashtags that apply to my life.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. And you guys, why don't you unmute yourself? Because you can also, let's unmute. Let's get a little.
Okay. I saw somebody post a question about what CRM software I'm using to stay organized. I'm not, which is a big mistake. My husband has his master's degree in business. And the other day he was like, are you using a CRM program? And I was like, no, I need one. So I desperately need one. It's hard to stay organized as far as all of your coaches go, all of your customers go. So that's another thing that can save you a lot of time, is if you stay organized as far as when to follow up with people. So that's a work in progress for me.
Perfect. Crystal says Asana. Amazing.
Ooh, I'll look into it.
I like high rise too. Really good.
That's great. Good to know.
Perfect. What other questions do you have for Miss Rachel? Yeah.
Rachel, with your group, your team challenge group.
Yes.
Do you come up with a fancy name each month, or do you just have it the name of your team and just do it with the month?
So I have two different groups, and they stay the same every month. So this is also a little bit unique. I don't create a new challenge group every month. When people get added, they live in that group as long as they want to. I have one that's specifically for moms, and more specifically postpartum women. So we kind of use that group for women that have kids under the age of 5, and that specifically is called Baby Mama Fitness Community. And I have found that's kind of my niche market, because I'm a newer mom and I want to have more babies. So most of my customers and coaches are young mothers. And then I have another group called ShipShape Fitness Community. And the reason why it's called that is because my team is called Team Anchors Away. So I kind of stuck with like a nautical theme. ShipShape Fitness Community is for men, women, everybody besides moms with little kids. And I kind of liked separating the two, because I found that those challengers are able to kind of connect and relate to each other better, and they feel like it's kind of a safe space. I have some of my diamond coaches run their own challenges. I have one that does a specific challenge group every month that is Biggest Loser based. And so, people pay $10, a $10 buy-in, and then there's a cash pot. So there's so many ways to do it as long as you're staying consistent. I just didn't want to have to do the work over and over and over again, as far as creating a new group, adding all the people, clearing people out, and then having 50 different groups where people are still kind of hanging out. And so it works for me to have two groups that are set in stone. And then we just add people that are participating in the challenge, and then also people that just want like health and fitness support.
So do you pretend you have a start date, like for inviting?
I always do. Yes. I always have a hard start date. Our challenge really does legitimately start on that day. So I always start my challenges on the second Monday of the month, always. But I invite all throughout the month. So people that, post on my page, hey, I saw your August. I just had people asking about my August challenge like yesterday. And I still email them, and I usually say something like, there's still time to join my August challenge. We can get you started right away, and then you can officially compete in my September challenge. So I add people all throughout the month. They start the program as soon as they get it, and then the next month's challenge, they're able to officially compete like for the prize.
Cool. Love that.
I have a question, Rachel.
Yes.
So I actually run challenge groups with my whole team also, but I've been finding lately that a lot of my coaches are dumping their customers in there, not checking in. Do you find that's happening with you? Or it's
for sure. For sure. And I've tried, so I have a monthly 6-day detox challenge that I run specifically it's like a Shakeology trial group, but we run it like Biggest Loser style. We have job duties in that specific group, where one person is in charge of posting a daily motivational quote. One person is in charge of doing an accountability post, like, hey, who has worked out today? One person posts about like fitness tips. So I have found that that works for my team personally, where we have job duties. And if you're not doing your job, you can run your own challenge, because it's too much to have 300 or 400 people in a group where maybe 50 people are participating, like on average. But like you said, we need those coaches to step up and be leaders. And so ask them. That's really what I learned at Summit, was just rather than saying, hey guys, I need your participation over and over, say, I need somebody to post motivational quotes. I need somebody to post a daily water check-in where, you know, they post about that. So just be specific and ask, and then they'll step up and do it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, time for one more question. Ooh, anybody?
Hello? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you now, girlfriend. Go ahead.
Okay. I have a few questions, actually. When you said you did the coach opportunity thing, you don't do a webinar. You said you said it's live?
Yeah, so it's a 4-day Facebook group. Our coaches that want to participate pay $10 to contribute to a prize. Any of the people who sign up to be a coach during the 4 days get entered into a drawing for a $100 gift card. So that's kind of a nice incentive. As people are signing up to be coaches during the week, we post a welcome to the team post in that group, because then it kind of gets people fired up, like, hey, everybody, welcome Corinne. She just became a coach today. And then I have set posts, and I run this as a whole team, by the way, like with my upline. But we have set posts that we basically can put in a buffer. It's the same thing every single month, but it's just broken down. It's usually 3 posts a day, and then people can kind of hop on to the group and read things. But it's live in the sense that we're posting those at certain times for 4 days, and then people can comment with their questions. So it usually has a good energy, and it's been working really well for us.
Do you post videos in there too, or just?
So yes, we have a couple videos. I have a video where I basically recorded my whole day as a coach, and then I, edited it and cut it down into like a 30-minute video. So people can basically have a job shadow. It's as if they're with me all day, and they get to see me making my shake and doing my workout and responding to emails. And so it's all visual. They get to see that. We also have a couple coaches made videos on how coaching has really impacted their lives. So we have videos of that. We have a video outlining how to sign up as a coach. We have a video outlining what comes in a challenge pack. So there are little short videos that people can watch that kind of walk them through they just get a really nice picture as far as what a life as a coach is like.
And then do the people that are in the live groups, do you also put them then into that frozen group?
I don't. So, I don't, because it's the same information that's getting posted. I only use my frozen group if I'm not running the live group, and if I feel like it would be effective for the person that I'm specifically talking to.
I would love to get an idea of what y'all are posting and like the emails that you're sending and all that. I don't know if there's any way if we could get that information just to kind of look at it. And obviously that would be very helpful. Also, I think one day we need to do an Instagram training or something. I get all my business from Facebook or like going, talking to people live, and I have an Instagram. I use it every day. I've gotten like 1 customer from Instagram this year. I'm missing something there.
Here's what I've learned about Instagram, because all of us have a warm market and a cold market, right? With my coaches, as far as building longevity for our businesses, I get them working on their cold market, building it right from the get-go. And so if that means adding 3 to 5 followers a day on Instagram, and if they don't get a single person interested for 6 or 7 months, that's okay. But they're building it every single day, because most coaches are going to hit a ceiling where they've burned through their warm market. So they've talked to everybody, maybe people have been watching them for a long time, and all of a sudden coaches hit the brakes in their car because they're like, I have nobody else to talk to. And so I hit this sweet spot where I was building my Instagram from the beginning, very beginning. And then a couple months in, when my warm market wasn't so warm anymore, now I've switched over and my business is totally built off of my cold market. So my coaches, I've never met most of them in person, but I'm still recruiting, like 8 to 10 coaches a month and having lots of challengers every single month from my Instagram. And then I still post on my Facebook, and then those stragglers that kind of are taking their sweet time to join this happy train, like they can watch me for another year. I don't care because I still have my business being built, and then they can join in when they want to. And so I totally encourage you to try Instagram. Just try it. It's worth putting the time in. What's that?
You said it's all about the hashtag, right?
It is, because that's the only way your post is going to be shown to people. You can use 30 hashtags per post, 30. So if you're not using 30 hashtags, you're basically not posting your picture, your advertisement everywhere that it could be going. So
all wrong. We need Instagram training.
Yeah.
There's so much out there though. If you really tap into like Chalene Johnson or anything like that, because that, honestly, I would get started, like Rachel saying, immediately with it, but there's so much out there. So there's so much you could definitely, research on your own end and find out. But Chalene Johnson is amazing.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Definitely one of the top ones. Perfect. Okay. We need to wrap up this call. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Rachel. So,
Rachel.
Yeah, I know you coaches probably took so many notes. But this is incredible because this 2-star diamond, Rachel, is going to be a 5-star diamond elite coach.
On Thursday.
Yeah, well, there you go. Wah, wah, there you go. But I love it. So with that being said, there isn't a couple of things I'm going to ask you within the group is first and foremost, what is your recruiting plan? Because Rachel is recruiting, she's getting 8 to 10 coaches every single month, but she knows her ratio. She knows she has to recruit 6 to 7 to get that one rock star. Yep. So to start funneling your business, see how that trend is. I have some coaches that can recruit 3, and those are rock stars. I have coaches that have to do 20 to get 1 or 2. It's just your business and what you're attracting. But 1 out of 6 or 7 is phenomenal. So I kudos to you on that. And then also I want to know, what are you going to implement immediately into your team? How are you going to now start posting for the correct coach that you want, rather than just throwing everything out of the wall and hoping something sticks? Okay, yeah. Laser focus, that's what you're going to attract. So I will post this into our group, but great call today, Rachel. I absolutely loved it.
Glad I was able to do it. Thanks so much, guys.
You're welcome. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.